Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Whoops, whoops. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, Carrie B. Hello, Blackadder. Hello, William Lucas. Welcome, Lucas. I eat raw eggs every day. Fry the white bit and then don't eat the white bit. Just I don't like the white bit, but that's basically what I eat. Eat runny eggs. I eat 5 to 10 runny eggs a day. I mean, not every day. Today I've had only 3 eggs, 3 egg yolks. I don't eat the whites. I don't eat the whites. Where are you from, William Lucas? Again, you probably told me already. I want to apologize. I want to apologize. I've been told that I'm like Marmite, that people don't like me sometimes, and that, or maybe they join in and they think, "Oh, I like that guy Lewis," and then they find out more about me. Oh my God, for more about me, and they go, "Oh, it's not so good. It's not so good." But that's like people with personality. The people who are here, a lot of them have a lot of personality. Carrie B, a lot of personality. Joodles, a lot of personality. So thank you, and everybody else. So where are you from? Let's see what else. Who else do we have? Let's say hello to everybody here. Gnome, Eugene Devere is here. The earlier show was I guess quite busy. Mr. Cuff is here. Alex is here. Alex is here. William Lucas, where are you from, William? And how old are you? Are you a male or female? I mean, it sounds like a male name, but who knows? Are you a male or a female? Are you fat? Are you fat? I'm getting fat. I've been fat. I was fat today. I had that the Oreo cookie. Oreo cookie. I can't. I've eaten about 1,900 calories, and I've walked 5,000 steps. So I mean, I'm not walking as much as I used to walk. I mean, it's hard to get out of the house if it's rainy and cold. And basically, when if I need to eat about 1,900 calories not to gain any weight and maybe to lose a bit of weight. But if because I've had about 150 grams of carbs today, maybe a bit more, maybe even like 200 grams of carbs, I need to eat even less than that. I'm drinking a cup of tea right now, peppermint tea, peppermint tea. Alan Williams is here, Judal's boyfriend, Mr. Cuff. Um, Janice is here. Tremendous. I want to thank the people who've contributed to the Lewis Schaffer live stream, and we're going to maybe restart the website. And so thank you, Janice, and thank you, Caribbean. Two big supporters of Lewis Schaffer are here. So it's not crazy. Maybe it is crazy to support the Lewis Schaffer and Lewis Schaffer live stream. But I'm you, Janice. I thank you very much. I mean, does that sound sincere? I mean, I don't think it sounds sincere, but it is sincere. I'm really, it's like it's a little bit like it's really nice. I always feel so happy to see them rage. This prick messaged me on Discord, so as long as I don't click nothing, I'm safe. This is what Gnome Hunter is saying. Lewis, you're welcome. Thank you very much. Carrie B, thank you. Really, thank you very much. It's always and I was going to say something about you being close by and a woman, and that means extra stuff to me. But every contribution is important. But yours is really special to me, very special. Okay, either you or my dentist gets the dough, and you make me laugh more. Well, here's how you don't go to the dentist: is if you eat a low carb diet, you don't even need to brush your teeth. Your teeth are not going to rot. The rotting comes from having a high sugary diet. People who eat meat do not. No animal in the world has teeth rotting the way humans have. So that's about dentist. Get yourself some miso soup. It's lovely. Actually, that's not a bad idea for a late night. Are you just thinking what I'm going to do? Because I can't drink tea or coffee late at night because of the caffeine. Not that I go to sleep early. I mean, after this, I sit in bed and it's like I go to sleep about, you know, I'm a real time waster. Is that what you're saying, Caribbean? The miso soup is good. Okay. All day miso soup. Yeah, it's good. I think it's good for weight loss. It's healthy. Also, I've got maybe beef broth too. It's got a bit too much salt. Maybe beef broth. It's so good. Peppermint tea. But I add a teaspoon of I add 2 teaspoons of sugar. I'm a liar. I'm an absolute. If my birthday had been 1 day sooner last year, I'd have bumped into him at the pub. Gutted. Who is Jim Browning? I never heard of this guy. Bovril. That's right. I've got that too. I've got Bovril. I make a drink out of it. Yeah, I may maybe make a drink. Is it buffering? Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? My son, my beautiful son, came to me and said the reason you're buffering is because your computer is so old that you've got to turn off different stuff, that it can't run at all. And I tried to look myself where it was, and I think that that's off. It shouldn't be buffering now because this is the only thing that I'm running is this, but I've got a whole mess of maybe that's running. I don't know. I'll have to check. Are you a Mac or PC, Lewis? I am a P. At this time in my life, I used to be a Mac guy for almost 25 years back in the day, but now I'm a PC guy. I'm on a Lenovo, a Lenovo. Here's the OG. Absolute. He's the OG's absolute legend in the scam bait world. Jim Browning. Have I seen his videos? It did buffer slightly, but now you are back. You are back now. Okay, maybe because I've turned off everything. I mean, I don't know. There's lots of this stuff here that I'd like to just get rid of on my screen here. I got a McAfee, you know, thing that stops whatever it is. Is that a scam? A McAfee thing? It might be a scam. Anyway, so I had a nice chat with someone who told me that people might come on the stream thinking I'm gonna like Lewis, and then they just think, oh no, I don't really like him that much. Um, that's what I've been told, and it might actually be true. It might be true. Let me see if I can make this screen larger. I mean, we've got a lot of new followers, subscribers. Make sure we subscribe. Make sure we press the like thing. Lucy Chelt has subscribed. Who is Lucy Chelt? I didn't know what Carrie B's Twitter name is. I do know that now. What Carrie B's Twitter name is. It's nice to know that. Giles Hamlin, are you here? Tommy Tuck and Graham Scott. These are people who've. Hold on one sec. What's going on here? That's not right. Okay. Can you see me up here? Okay. We're doing good there. There we are. Serious question, though. Are you planning to do any shows in 2026 outside of London? No, I was not planning on it, but I'm going to. It's going to happen. I do these things. I don't do anything and something, whatever, something, and then nothing, and nothing, and then something. Why? Where do you have in mind? Everybody send in a place you want me to go to, and I'll see if I can arrange a thing. I'll arrange a thing. Oh crikey, someone's impersonating you, Carrie B. Um, is that you? This is me. I mean, I'd like to be. I'm not sure about the screen. I'm not sure about the screen. Carrie B. I've only just got back on it recently, mainly because of Lewis. Back on what recently? What is Carrie B? What has she been on it? Maybe only buffering. What is? Don't know about everyone else. Is that what you're talking about? Come to Canterbury. Yeah, okay. It's a red town in what was a sea of blue. So you know it'll be fun. Red town. Is that red in the American way or a red town? A red town in like it's a labor town. It's a labor town. I could prefer Skegness. You're up in Skegness. I've spent a weekend in Skegness. It was fabulous. It was fabulous. I think there's a zoo there right in the middle of town. It was great. You on all chat, Lewis? Hold on a second. Let me just get all chat. Nope. Let me get on all chat. Okay, now I'm on all chat. Okay. This is what Judal's asking. Caribbean is telling you she's not on X. So whoever is that, it's not her. Okay. All right. But okay, maybe it's not. Maybe it wasn't X. Maybe it was one of the many ways you can communicate with me on on Patreon or on Ko-fi or on PayPal. On PayPal. Red in terms of labor. It's a labor town. Rosie Duffield has been MP there for some time, even when all of Kent was Tory. Now Deal and Dover have joined them, unfortunately. Yeah. That's what happens when you import so many people. You let anybody vote who wants to vote. I think same thing happening in America. You can't trust. It was Kofi. It was Kofi. Carrie B. Okay, it was Carrie B. Yeah. Sea Life, the Sea Life Center. Yes, that's true, Dave Toby. I enjoy these old beach towns. I mean, maybe now they're going down the drain, but I enjoyed walking along. It was just so good. McAfee is so annoying. I decided to use it for a VPN. It's taken the piss from me. I'm thinking of getting Mulvad, says no, but the economy has other plans. What is Mulvad? What is Mulvad? I don't know what that is. You don't do Twitter. Okay. Okay, there we go. There you go. I see you. If I don't see, thank you, Joodles, for alerting me. I'm not freezing Carrie B. Not at all. Um, Not at all. I'm not freezing anybody. Up the creek in Greenwich. Yeah, I should call up the creek to see if they want me. To see if they want Lewis Schaffer from the TV. I'll tell them I'm from the TV. Who do you think you are? A sheep joke I invented. What kind of sheep are you? Well, we're all sheep in this country, and we got to be more braver. I think Lewis should stay in London, says Alan Williams, and people should flock to me. I think so too. But I'm flocking to you. I mean, I was talking to somebody. I'm not going to mention who it was. I was talking to somebody about whether we would take a break for a couple of days, either before Christmas, during Christmas, or after Christmas. Mulvad, according to Gnome, is quality and really private VPN service. Granted, I have no experience using them, but I know people that do. As long as you send them a fiver as anonymously as you want, you can use it. So it's not collecting any money from anybody. Mulvad. I never even heard of this thing, Mulvad. Mulvad. I haven't heard of it. Hugh, I know. Hugh is a female sheep, I guess. I didn't know it was a female sheep. I knew it was part of a sheep. We are all flockers. Yeah, we're all flocker. Lewis, what time are you on tonight? What does that mean? What time am I on? Am I on like American time or is there a certain time I'm performing? It's 10:30 now. Or it was 10:30. It was 10:30 now. Um, so that's what's on. Is that the question you're asking? Russ, 1974. Shanks is in the building. A break from doing the show over Christmas, or we do it over Christmas when we're all home and we're not doing anything, or we're lonely, or we want to maybe bring our family and to introduce them to Lewis Schaffer and see if they like me or if they don't like me. Maybe that's what you do. This is who I've been watching. What do you think? Do you think maybe take 3 or 4 days or whatever before Christmas, or maybe start up again on Boxing Day. Maybe take off Christmas night. They once had offices in Sweden raided, and the police got angry that they didn't have any servers collecting users' data that they could confiscate. Really shows the privacy in action. Mulvad. Okay, I'm going to put a question mark next to that with the words VPN. We might have to head in that direction. But you're saying they don't charge money, so they don't charge like £3 or £5 a month, to use it. A month to use it. I mean, that's the big question. Um, the big question, anyway. So it was explained to me that a lot of people come on because they're watching Lewis Schaffer on the TV, and then you get to know me, and you think, oh my God, he's not the guy that I like. He's not the guy that I like. Um, what am I looking for? Things like that still scare me, though. No, that's where all the pedos will be hanging out. Possibly, yeah, but possibly some normal people too, Joodles. Who knows? I'm home alone, Carrie B. Was invited to the Rudlow Arms on Bath Road, but not in the mood. Well, a lot of people are feeling sick right now because we're talking. I know I did my whole long lecture. It wasn't really a lecture about the flu and how I don't believe in it. But a lot of people, you think, oh, the flu's going around. So you think, oh, I'm not feeling that well. It's the flu. But it might not be the flu. You might, but it's, what do they call that again? The mass formation psychosis. How are you making money these days? You have loads of money saved. No, no, I don't. I don't want to talk about my financial situation. But I'm not really making. I did a couple of days filming, and I might have some filming coming up. I'll know on the 15th. What day is that? That's a Monday, I think. And I'm getting. I mean, that's basically, I had a little bit of money saved from last year. It was like a real year, and then now it's not a real year. Now I found out why they fired me. They fired me because they asked me to take down a tweet, and I didn't take down a tweet. I just couldn't take down a tweet. I I couldn't do it. It was like, just I don't want to ever take down a tweet. It's bold to do a warts and all YouTube show. Well, is that what I'm doing, or do you think I'm not doing that? I mean, I'm not bankrupt yet. I haven't paid my taxes. If I have any taxes to pay, I don't know. I haven't. I don't know how I'm doing. I'm. It's weird because it's like you always hear about Jews caring about money so much, but enough about the Jews. Why must you always mention that? But hi all, Mark the Rosie, and I'm jumping in quickly as we are an hour ahead here. Where are you? Where are you an hour ahead? Where are you an hour ahead, Mark the Rosian? I'm stopping by to like the show, and that's like brilliant. That's a reminder to everybody. It's really important to like the show. If we've got 25 people at one time, but that doesn't mean we've got 25 people. It could be 50 people. People come and they go. They come and they go, and it tells YouTube something. Where are you, Mark the Rosian? Where are you? Where you coming in? Unfortunately, that happens, but the route the government is taking isn't the right one to stop crime. It's oppression. So it's like the idea. It's like so I like the idea. Unfortunately, the way in which we use it, the way in which we use it, so do they. Yeah. What, do you mean the government or the creepy people? Grok cares. I'm not an actor exactly, but I'm in films, which is basically acting. I don't have many lines, but I do. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not an actor. I'm not an actor. I'm trying to be myself as much as I can. And I was asked today, why am I doing this live stream? I want to see if anybody likes me. I don't want to sit here and be a phony and be like testing out ways of like, ooh, you see these people on the TV and they're moving their hands, they're always going, and it just is really disconcerting to me. Mr. Cuff is here. See, he says, Carrie, same here. Spending time with other people over Christmas can be shitty. I'm on my own most of the time anyway, so it's no big deal. I can chill and do what I want. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I am with you, Lewis. Um, you, Janice says, what the hell? GB News fired you. They didn't fire me, but they're not going to hire me. They're not going to hire me back. I think they think I was mean because because of what I wrote in a tweet. Because they kicked me off the air because I called someone fat. So I said, what? It's worse to call someone fat than it is to be called a genocider, you know. So I mean, I didn't mean it in a mean way towards GB News, but I was really stressed out because I was doing a live stream, and the problem with computers is if you're on a like if I'm on this stream, I can't do another stream. It just doesn't work. And I didn't know that. And I'm learning every single day. You can see we're getting better and better and better at this. Are we not? I think, or am I? We are. I am. We are. We are. Um, so that's what I'm saying. They didn't fire me exactly, you Janice, but maybe they'll have me back, or maybe I'll do something else, or maybe we'll have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people watching this at some point, and it'll be better than going on GB News. Who knows? I like GB News though. GB News said take down the tweet. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they didn't order me to, but they did ask me to. I can't stand being forced together. Well, it was a negative. I'm with you. It was this is about the tweet. It was a negative tweet. I didn't mean it to like go, well, it wasn't hostility towards GB News. I didn't mean it that way. But of course, I've got a lot of hostile feelings in me that people can sometimes sense, and sometimes it comes out. So I should have basically taken it down. I should have gone sorry. I mean, but you can't tell me what to do. You know, you can, I was watching a little video about Randy Meisner. Do you know you know of Randy Meisner from the Eagles? And it's like seven musicians he didn't like, Randy Meisner. And they were all from whatchamacallit. They were all the people in the Eagles. He must have been a real piece of work. All of them hated him. All of them wouldn't support him. Or maybe it was like a really bad working conditions with Len Fry and the other guy, whatever the other guy's name was. Oh, you're in Tunisia. Okay. And that's an hour ahead. Okay, Mark. You're in Tunisia. Oh, that's right. Okay. Carrie B says, or Mr. Cup says, carry me. It gets my back up sometimes. I don't want to be there before I get there. Yeah, it's scary to hang out with people. It's scary to hang out with people. You better get some good results this weekend, Joodles. What good results from what? What is Joodles? Oh, on the football matches. Well, I'm going. I've been invited. My friend Tristan invited me. I've got a couple of friends. I mean, I don't have as many friends as you think I might have, or as fewer friends as some people might have. But I'm going to see Manchester United. No, I'm not. I'm going to see Crystal Palace play Manchester United. Even if they were playing Brentford or the Wolves, I would go to see them. I'd go to see them. Anyway, what's all this about Starmer? Carrie B says, and Macron saying we need to prepare for war. Of course they do. Well, that's what the left do. They want to fight. They like to fight. They want it because they believe in globalism. So let's take over as much terror. I'm not saying conservatives, of which I am not a conservative. I'm a right wing fanatic. Don't want to fight, but they prepare to fight. But I guarantee you, nobody wants to go to the Ukraine and fight in the Ukraine. Who's going to fight in the Ukraine? And you know what? What's going to happen? It will lead to riots in this country. Abby Roberts was the same at GB News. Told them no one. Hold on a second. Hold on. Told them to no one when told to wear them. Told them to do one. Told them to do one when told to wear a mask. I mean, yeah. I don't know if that's exactly true, but there are people like Abby. I'm not saying I know Abby a little bit, tiny little bit, but there are people like me. You can't tell me what to do. I'm just I'm ornery, as Lucy would say me. I'm obstinate. I'm obstinate. Ron Smith, thank you for that point. Um, what are you saying, Carrie B? I'm losing the thread here. It's busier than I thought it was, and I'm slower than it. Lewis. What? Okay, there we go. So we're back on track. I'm planning on winning the whole thing this weekend. What is the whole thing? Is that the your little sports game? She's like a boy. She likes the sports games. She likes the sports games. But maybe it's not sports exactly. Everyone is talking about Piers Morgan interviewing with Nick. With which Nick? Our Nick or Nick Dixon or Nick Fuentes or Nick Hunter? There's probably lots of Nicks. I was just saying that the way we use anonymity software to evade the tentacles of their government to share our opinions. So do the nonces and the crack dealers. And yes, so do the nonces and the crack dealers. But should we imprison all because of a few? Well, that's yes, yes, the answer to that question is yes. I'm washing my eyeglasses. Okay. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what they want to imprison everybody. They don't want to prison a few. They want to prison everyone. Everyone. Oh, my glasses they're all a mess. Get back in your box, Joodles. Enjoy first place for a week. So you're in first place. I didn't even know that. I haven't spoken to. We haven't. I don't know. Anyway, Caribbean says, Mr. Cuff, I usually buy a big lump of hash and enjoy being stoned for 2 weeks. I don't smoke it. I eat it off the block. Is that the best way to do that? To eat it. To eat it off the block. I'm against taking drugs. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. The internet is perhaps the closest thing humanity will achieve to anarchism. Yes, that's true. And if they value one thing, it's being ungovernable. And if they value one thing, it's being ungovernable. Only we can stop them in real life to any meaningful degree. Okay, I think I know what you mean. They want to govern us because they're authoritarians, basically. Could you get the gang back together for a show on Talk TV? Well, we haven't been asked. And I'm telling you something, it's not really a gang. I mean, it's not really a gang. There was a bit of animosity towards the end. I'm not going to say about what, number one. Number two, it's a very hard concept, the idea of comedians commenting on stuff. It's a really hard concept. So to be on Talk TV, we haven't been asked. I was asked to do some other thing, but I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. I mean, if they would pay me a lot of money, I would do it. You've spoiled my holiday, Joodles, now. Why has she spoiled it? And Joodles, of course, is laughing. Have you an agent looking to work? No, I do not have an agent. I've had agents. They've all fired me. I would say. I've been all fired them. We could really fallen behind on the thing here. Where did I go? I support GB News. I just wish they would ditch the tabloid newspaper image they have. I'm talking about the constant competitions they have, like winning a caravan. Well, they need the money. I've just predicted a Palace win on Sunday, Lewis. They're playing Manchester United. Manchester City, sorry. They're playing Manchester. I know the difference. I don't know. Why do you think Manchester City has gone down that far? I don't think they have. I don't know. Yes, there's some money in those caravan things. Regarding war, I will quote Connor Tomlinson. Why would I fight for a government that is replacing me? Yes, that's exactly right. Ron Smith. Why would you fight for a government that hates you? Can you name 3 Palace players? Yeah, I can. I mean, maybe not. I probably could. I could. Mateta, Gay. If you told me, name a name and say, is this a Palace player? I would say, I could tell you what it is. That's a bit embarrassing. I thought it was City, but I don't follow football. I didn't want to tell a Palace fan that he has the wrong away team. Did I say Manchester United? I'm sorry about that. I do that. My mind is a little bit flexible. Mr. Cuff, sorry about that. That's all. All go and support millionaire lefty football players who would not give you the steam off their pee, says, yeah, let them make money. They deserve it. It's not easy to be a football player, and we've paid money for tickets, so why shouldn't they get money for it? I mean, it's a very British idea that, they're making too much money. McCuff says he hasn't seen any solid stuff for ages. F something, says Ron. I'm pretty sure my X feed, says Alan Williams, will make me unemployable. Yeah, possibly. And look at all the stuff that I've been talking about. Oh, he's Lucy Van Pelt. He's interviewing Nick Fuentes, the Nazi poison dwarf. I haven't listened to enough of what he says. But, you can be very young. You get very impassioned and bold. And I think he's not even 20 or something. How old is Nick Fuentes? I think he's proper young. Lucy. Well, I assume he's on about Sunday's game, Cuff. Okay, Alan Williams says, hi, Fridge, which is what this is. It's the Fridge. The reason I have this here is so you remember to go on the Twitter page, @Lewis Schaffer. Isn't he the one that likes trannies? Says Lucy. Can we use that word, trannies? I don't know if we can use it. I can get it very easily, but I'm staying off for a while. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's not the worst. It's not the worst. I don't think it's the worst. Haven't seen Interview, so will reserve judgment. Me too. I haven't seen it. Ron Smith. I haven't seen it. Me too, Alan. That's why my account is locked. We're all talking about so many different things right here. Lewis, best way. Best way is just like to swallow it like that, or is it the best way is in like a lump? Shanks in the building is smiling, I guess. And he's still going in the wrong direction. I don't even know what we're talking about here. I just searched, and I think he's on Thursday. Lucy Van Pelt enters the discussion. She says, no, he possibly had a cat boy boyfriend and has some things about about I'm afraid to say it. You should go on Nick Dixon. I should too. If he asked me, I'll go. I went all the way down to speak to what's his name? To speak to Francis Foster. I loved it. Dixon Schaffer. Yeah. Maybe he can come on, or maybe I'm like bad news. Maybe they're just staying away from me. Because they think I like turned on GB News, which I don't think I have. Have I? I don't think I have. I'd love a potential employer to believe through my ex. To sieve through my ex account. Yeah, let him sieve. Back in the day when they first got all these cameras, I said, "What are they going to do with all these cameras? What are they going to do with it? There's not enough real eyes in the world to look at all the film, but now they're able to look at all the film." Janice says, it's a shame, though. There was some real chemistry there. Yeah, I remember one night where Nick Dixon spent half the episode. Hold on a second. Hold on. Sulking about something, and inadvertently one of the funniest things. Yeah, he's very similar to me. He sulks. He gets upset about stuff. I'm trying not to because I'm old. He's not old yet. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. I like Nick Dixon. I've said that on here often enough. Whether he likes me or not, I don't know. I don't think he does really. Laugh out loud. I managed to go to the loo after sending those messages and got back in time to hear him reading them without rushing myself. Well, because I think there's a 3-minute delay or something on when you send a message and when it comes up on the screen. So that's why it takes a little bit to get, to move down. If you told me the names of the Palace players, I'd know the names of more Palace players. I didn't say more. You're always quoting me slightly wrong, Joodles. I said, if you said, is Matetza, does he play for Pal? Or what team does Matetza play for? I could tell you. I know lots and lots and lots of stuff, but I don't have any stuff. I'm not one of those people who could list the starting lineup. I know there's one blonde guy. I know there's an American guy. If you told, right. So that's what I'm saying, Joodles. Joodles, she always misquotes me because she likes, I don't know what you're thinking. A flexible mind is healthy. I don't think my mind is flexible. I don't have the brain power that I used to have. But even though I don't have the brain power, I still have a way of thinking about the world which I think is brilliant. Let me rephrase that. It's not brilliant, but it's different. Let me rephrase that. It's maybe not different, and maybe not brilliant, but occasionally it's a bit odd. It's a bit odd. The best Palace player ever is Prince Andrew, says Russ. Good joke. Very good. Did you hear that? That was quite funny. The average American conservative, then, says Gnome Hunter, I have a distaste for right-wing commentators like that. clear hypocrisy and idiocy. Unfortunately, humans are hypocrites. Lewis Schaffer is a hypocrite and a liar. And you trust me, and I'm trying not to be, and I am. Or we think in very complicated ways. Why? I don't think that homosexuality is good for this country. But I think people should have a right to be gay, and they shouldn't be ridiculed or insulted for it. But I don't. I think we need people to be in love. I love you, Carrie B. That's what we need. We need love. He's in his late 20s, Lewis. Who is in his late 20s? Who? Who is in his? Nick Fuentes. He's 27. Okay. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought he was younger than that. He strikes me as being younger, but I didn't know that. Did you eat the Oreo ice cream sandwich? I'm not saying whether I ate the Oreo. Of course I ate the Oreos ice cream Oreo sandwich. Do you think there's any bit of carbs here? Uncooked carbs, either frozen carbs or cold carbs or warm carbs in this house? No, it can't. It doesn't last. It's like alcohol. I got a friend of mine whose friend is an alcoholic, and you can't have alcohol in the house. And that's the way I feel about sugary food. Shanks, I'm sorry. Can I just say, everybody say thank you to Shanks, because his thumbnails are amazing. They're like amazing thumbnails. The point I was making, Lewis, is these football players are all lefty champagne socialists giving people lefty lectures, and you brats pay their wages. Well, I don't pay their wages to give me a lefty lecture. They all come from poor families generally. Okay, so of course they're going to think that they should poor families from horrible countries. And of course they're going to be lefties. So that's just the way it is. I notice Fridge, says Alan Williams, doesn't hang out with the chair or the flag. What's going on? It's separate. It's separate. We are in Studio 1, the old studio, before we built the new studio. Before we built the new studio. That's what's going on. I didn't expect him to get further than Metier Seller. Well, tell me, name a name. Name a name, and I'll tell you who they are. I'm not even looking at the computer. The kitchen got Fridge in the divorce. I mean, it was left here, but I'm not going to say. 17% of you thinks homosexuality is good for the country. No, 17% of me thinks that homosexuality is good for me. And maybe I should go in that direction, Mr. Cuff. But I think homosexuality, right now, we need lots and lots of beautiful English Anglo-Saxons and Jutes and Vikings and Norman kids growing up in this country, which we don't have enough of. Yeah, thank you, Shank. Smash the likes if you can. Let me see. How many likes do we have, and how many is anybody subscribing? Now you can subscribe. Tell me if there's any kind of delay on the YouTube. And I want to fart. I want to fart because last night I had like 2 or 3 slices of bread, and today I had 3 slices of bread. I'm going to check and see what's going on over here. 13 people. What's going on over here? And I thought I turned this off. Okay. Let me just check the analytics. This is not interesting to you, but it's interesting to me. It says how are we doing in terms of the people watching the show? I mean, I mean, it's not a show. I know Lucy calls this a show. It is not a show. Okay, we're at 23. We've gone up at 27. That was a high point. 27, 27, and we're doing. I mean, it's okay. I mean, what does it mean? I don't know what it means. I appreciate you being here. Smash the like. I could name the Everton team from the mid 80s, but not now. Yeah, and when you see it, I could name the New York Mets team from 1969 and 1973 and maybe 1986. I could envision it. I hope. I probably couldn't, but it's a lot easier. I go to the game. I'm not I'm not I mean, I'm not as interested in the whole thing. Mostly, I go to the game because I can have a meat pie at the game. And the meat pies at Crystal Palace are very good meat pies, only £5. I know that's probably sounds a lot for you where you're going to see in Skegness, but it's very reasonably priced and they're quite good. And I could have a cup of tea and I could sit down or stand, the standing where I am. I could, yeah. So that's Mr. Cuff. Why are you obsessed with carbs? I'm obsessed with carbs because I don't want to get cancer. And I've seen so many videos. And so that's basically what it is. I believe carbs cause cancer. And I don't want to get cancer. Dave, sorry. That's why I'm a carbaholic. Yeah, I am. One day at a time. Yes, I am, Lucy Van Pelt. And it's so hard for me to be at the place where I'd like to be because it's so addictive. And you say, "Oh, it's not people blame themselves. They think of themselves as being weak people because they like carbs. But you're not weak. It's the actual carbs itself." Thank you, Lucy, for saying that. What is a lesbian's worst nightmare? Long fingernails. Okay. All right. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But that's what I believe. I believe. Hold on one second. Um, the fridge is colder and further away from the main area, a bit like Alaska. Well, I would say this is the main room of the house, is the kitchen. I probably spend more time in here than I do in the studio. That's I mean, the producer uses that room. He uses that room, and I just borrow it. I barely spend any time in there. Carrie B. That's also a funny joke. How does an L word woman hold her liquor by the ears? Okay, very funny. I think it's funnier when you don't see it. Probably, it's 28 degrees in this flat. Thank you, Suffolk Council. Seriously, I've never had anything against gay people. Okay, I think that's a joke too. Okay, the issue is not with one being gay or not. The problem I have is that he claims to be against the wokey rainbow people, and then he sleeps with them. Not a good image. The problem is, no, if I could explain this to people, is we are becoming aligned, and over time, you've you realize who your enemy is. Who is your enemy? And you think, well, why can't I be in the middle? Why? What about the Overton window? What about what do you call that thing? The Venn diagram. Why can't I be in the middle? But there is no middle. There's only that and that, left and right. And being gay, it's like abortion. I'm not. I'm not going to say whether I mean, I have not had an abortion, but I have been involved in them. And it, you can't be in the middle. You got to say, okay, well, we're kind of against it or we're kind of in favor of it. Good God, Lewis. Check it after. Check it after if you want to. Check what after? What after? What am I checking? What am I checking? What am I checking? What am I checking, Joodles? What do you call a gay dinosaur? That's a joke, too. A megasaurus. I always thought, what do you call a gay dinosaur? Lewis Schaffer. Taking the knee ended all interest in what, in football? Do you know anything about carbs? I think I learned a lot. I've probably forgotten three-quarters of it. I just know they make me hungry and they store water in my body and they make me fat. That's what I know. And they basically feed cancer. So if you want to avoid cancer growing, you become thin and you become low carb. Are you an ultra? No, I'm not an ultra, but I'm a supporter. I'm in the area because my beautiful friend Tristan, he asks me, and so I go. And I'm in the area, the Ralph Waite stand, I think it's called. I follow him in. Do tattoos cause cancer? I mean, I've heard bad things about tattoos. They're bits of stuff that are in your skin. What have you heard about that, Eugene DeVere? I'd be interested. Do carbs make you fart? And also, carbs make you fart. I think we've been through this before. Eugene, everything causes cancer. That is not exactly in the wrong place. Anything could cause cancer. Anything could cause cancer in the wrong place. But I don't think everything causes cancer. Footlong sausage rolls, says Alan Williams. And the roar of the crowd. Yeah, and I don't think I've ever had a sausage roll there. Maybe I have. I have had sausage rolls. Or you wait till the end and there's half price pizza at the end. It's fabulous. And I shouldn't even be eating the pizza, but I love pizza because I'm obsessed with it. I'm sorry. I'm obsessed with carbs. And I'm trying to help you people understand that carbs are the major problem. The other major problem is toxic seed oils, stuff that isn't food, that's been processed, and that can cause irritation, which causes inflammation. You're laughing at the ultra. What are you saying? You're saying you can't imagine me being an ultra, Joodles? Is that what you're saying? Um, Joodle says it was Caribbean, and I remember you telling it before Russ. What, my joke about the Lewis gay dinosaur? Possibly it's true. Lewis, if I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me? I might. I might do that. I might do that. I might. I mean, if you're a big fan, he's on the Holmeswood. The Holmes. Maybe that's what the end we're on. We're in the home stall end. I think we're on the home stall end. I think no, we're not in the home stall end. We're at with the other one. Two nuns in a bath, says Mr. Cuff, and says, "Where's the soap?" The other says, "Yes, yes, it does, doesn't it? Where's the soap? Where is the soap?" Two nuns in a bath. One says, Where's the soap?" I'm not sure I understand it. Idea for a new YouTube show. Go to UK university campuses and debate students. Just do your thing and jump cut to the reaction shots. It would be gold. Yeah, well, I could make videos like Charlie Kirk. Like Charlie Kirk. Yeah, I could do that. Cancer lives off sugar, says Jim Johnson from Texas. Hello, Jim. Welcome back. How are you feeling? Yeah, yeah. Don't worry about it. We all tend to repeat each other after a while. It's just what happens. We've done this is now We've done over 220 shows. You've been locked in a room with Lewis Schaffer for 230 shows. So this is what happens. Thank you. Lucy Van Pelt says, U.S. now wants your DNA if you want to visit the country, plus 5 years of social media, 5 years phone records, all email addresses with personal details of all family members. What the hell is going on with that? Well, I think we're just a bit fed up with the way we, America, or let me rephrase that, Donald Trump, is just a bit fed up with the way Europe is going, who they've let into Europe, including Ireland, Sweden. Once upon a time, you could let in someone from England, and you know that they were all right. Now you don't know. You don't know, and people are afraid. And that's what America does. It goes through periods when it goes through, it's like I don't know what the right word is. It's like a girl who collects money for having sex. Is that sometimes they can be a bit loose, and other times they can be a bit tight. And now we're going through a tight period. Gnome Hunter says, for some reason I wouldn't be able to enter China. Now I can't enter the U.S. Truly a time to be alive. Yeah, when I was a kid, you could go anywhere. The only place you couldn't go to was Israel. If you had already visited Israel. Now, if you visited Israel, I'm gonna get some. I'm making them make some more tea. Stay right there. Yeah, so I visited Israel, and they said, well, in order to go to an Arab country, I think I was going to Morocco. Um, I couldn't go. I had to get a new passport. This is what they said to me. Jim Johnson's doing great. Wife is recovering nicely. Love your show. Thank you, Jim Johnson. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Jim. Why did it take women's football so long to take off? Because it took a long time to get 11 women to wear the same outfit. I don't know. Thank you, Judels, for remembering her name. Her name is Casey, and he lives in Fort Worth. In Fort Worth. Um, in Fort Worth, Texas. And that's proper America. Or it was historically proper America. Who knows? I haven't been down there. I was just down there so briefly at one time in the past. Mr. Cuff, I've never liked football. I would rather put my penis in a pit bull terrier's mouth than watch football, says Russ. This y'all. I don't think I believe you, Russ. I don't believe him either. I don't think you believe me either. Here's what I'm having. I'm gonna make a little bit of beef stock. Beef stock. I think it has like 6 calories per 100 milligrams of what? But it doesn't have really healthy stuff in it. It has palm oil. I can't believe that. How could it be? Dissolve 1 cube in 450 milliliters of boiling water. Oh, this is per 100. So I don't know whether that has that. And a ton and a half of salt. Yes, a lot. I'm going to put in half of a cube. I'm not concerned about the salt, Jules. I'm not. I watch rugby, Mr. Cuff says. And motorcycles are my religion. I even put a biker as put biker quotation marks as my religion on the last census. Yeah. I mean, motorcycles are really, really cool, but they're so dangerous. They're an engine on a stick. And so I will not ride on a motorcycle, but we should maybe do a prayer for you. And a ton and a half of salt. It's got a ton and a half of salt. Let's see how much salt it has. I'm putting my glasses on because the light is not that bright here. Salt, 0.91 grams per 100. That means there's probably a gram of salt. No, half a gram of salt. I'm not sure. May contain celery, eggs, fish, crustaceans, and soya. What does that mean? I mean, it's got some nice things, but it's only 4% beef. I don't know what the truth of it is. I do not know what the truth is. But I'm gonna eat it and see how. Beef tea. Beef tea. That's what it is. That's what I'm drinking right now. Palm oil, all right. It's about 50% saturated. Probably you're right. You're right. It's I guess it is natural. It's not about saturated or not saturated. There's something about the animal in it. Is palm oil all right? Nobody in my circles ever thinks that palm oil is all right. Um, let's see what it says about palm oil. Palm oil trans fat. Let's see what it says about trans fat. Virtually zero trans fat. A natural substitute for is palm oil good for you? Well, Harvard, I'm not going to read what Harvard Health says. Let's see what it says. Palm oil on carnivore diet. Is generally avoided because it's a plant-based vegetable oil, not an animal fat like tallow or lard. But its suitability depends on how strictly you follow the diet. While purists stick to animal fats for energy and nutrition, though ethical concerns over deforestation are also deter its use. Okay, interesting. So palm oil isn't that bad. It isn't that bad. It's got some cornstarch in it. It's got yeast extract, so it's like whatchamacallit. It's got anyway. When I was 7, a huge Hell's Angels motorbike toppled on top of me. It broke my leg. Oh my God, that'll put you off motorcycles. Marianne is here. Bovril, would you say this is Bovril? Quixo from Aldi. Where is it made? Let's see where it's made. Does it say where it's made? Doesn't say where it's made. Doesn't it have to say where it's made? It doesn't say where it's made. Anyway. So Marianne, welcome in and welcome. I mean, I haven't seen you in a couple of days, but welcome back. I'd like to try it sometimes, but the weather here really doesn't permit it for most of the year. No, not Bovril, a very bad product. I have not had this in about 2 years, maybe even longer. It's been in my refrigerator. So thank you very much for that, Carrie B. What I'm going to do is I might get some more of it because it's a good thing to have at this hour. It's a very late hour. You can tell that my energy level is not quite as high as it's been. There are lots of fair weather bikers around. I'm out all year round in snow and ice. It can be very tricky. You want to call it tricky? I would call it dangerous. I'd say it's dangerous, Mr. Cuff. Stock cubes in the fridge. Crikey. Well, why? Why not? Why not? Well, I don't see why I can't put it in the fridge. I'm a little bit shocked. I don't even know why it doesn't say where it's made. It doesn't say where it's made. It just says where the Aldi stores are based at. Aldi. Is it Aldi or Aldi? 12, beef flavor. It doesn't say that they're beef stock. Well, this says beef stock cubes, but in the back it says beef flavor stock cubes. So it's the beef flavor. Aldi's version of Knorr stock cubes, Lucy Van Pelt says. So is Knorr better than that? Probably it is. I've been busy preparing for Christmas, Marianne, going to parent-teacher conferences, etc. Well, those two things are not quite similar. Are not similar. OXO cubes make a better drink than Bovril. Okay. I mean, I don't want to make it seem like I've got an opinion about this stuff. I do not have an opinion. I don't have an opinion. Okay. Is it healthy for a diabetic to marry a sugar daddy? And what about carbs? Good joke. Good joke. I'm not. That's one thing about me, and that's why a lot of the women like me. They know I'm not a sugar daddy. They know I'm not going to buy their love. I'm going to earn a woman's love. All right, maybe. Quixo is made in Germany, says Carrie B. How did you know that? How did you know that it's made in Germany? But that's nice to know. Did you Google it? Now I want to Google it, but I don't want to turn the YouTube on, the Google on research. Very good, very good. Russ, 1974, is laughing at Dave Toby. What did Dave Toby says? Oh, to marry a sugar daddy. I mean, I'm not limited to what I can eat. I can eat whatever I want to eat. I'm just trying not to eat. I went out and bought a small bread, a small sourdough bread, and it's just so delicious. Sourdough is really delicious, but it's not good for you. Is it good for you? It makes you fat. It feeds the cancer. Pete Townsend likes research. That's an old reference. Is there a best before date? Probably. Do I ever believe in best before date? No. But let me look at the best before dates. Selaire. Good to see you again, Selaire. You're more of a splendid. I mean, if you even think, yeah, fake sweetness. Fake sweetness. Best before the end of April 2023. Is this going to poison me, do you think? 2023. So it's 2.5 years out of date. But that's funny, Lucy. Thank you. I look like somebody who'd have a lot of money. I'd look like somebody who'd be very generous. I'd look like somebody who'd give you money. But it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. I almost asked a question about diet then, says Mr. Cuff. Sorry about that. Sorry. Germany is the land of good stock. I'll get my coat. That's funny, Al. It's good stock. Good stock. Very funny. It won't poison you. It's already not even food. That's true. It's got so much salt in it. How can it go bad, really? How could it go bad? This is half of a cube. Half of a cube probably has about 300 or 400 grams of salt. Not grams, micrograms. Like almost half a gram of salt. So it can't really go bad. It has a good vintage. Yeah, it's Aldi. I trust Aldi. I trust Aldi. I mean, how long have you eaten something that's been sitting in your refrigerator? That whole business. My son is that way. He says I won't eat anything out of date. He's basically been brainwashed. That's why I wondered why you keep it in the fridge, Lewis. Well, because this is an ant hangout. The Lewis Schaffer house has ants. I don't see any ants now, but it has ants, and they will eat it. If I put a piece of, well, anything that they would like, which is, let's say, beef, it'll be covered in ants. So that's why I keep it in the fridge. I used to use my refrigerator in New York when I was younger as to hold books. We use college in beef stock when making beef stew. Generally, we get gravy that is in a jar made by Heinz. I would say I'm against that. First of all, the reason why we use gravy is because we've been through this before. We cook the life out of it. So we need to moisten it to make it seem like it's living again. That's what we're doing. Uh, are you skint, Lewis? Yes, I am, because I can send some money. I'm not that skint. I'm not. No, no. That's not what it's about. It's not about the money. It's not about the money. And I find that if you eat well, in the way that I think eating well is, it's not that expensive. But thank you very much for saying that, Dave Toby. What you can do is, and you can always send me money. You can always do that. I shouldn't be not proud to ask for money, but you can like the stream. Let's like the stream. Let's subscribe to the stream. It's free and free. Let's go to Ko-fi.com or Patreon.com or PayPal.me and make a, for Lewis Schaffer. I once ate a very old plum pudding, and my husband thought it was reckless of me, yet I'm still here. Well, yeah, those things can last forever. Like those Christmas puddings. How old are those Christmas puddings? They're made in August and they're shipped in September and they're probably still available. People people don't get sick. Where they get sick from is if they cook some food and they leave it out. And then they eat it all warm and they get. I was once almost dead, years and years ago. Good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Russ, okay. Don't, please, Carrie B. Don't say good night. Now I miss you. Don't say good night. We're almost done with this whole business. The sweet potato has a lot of benefits. That's what they say. I don't think it does. I don't think it does have a lot of benefits. It has benefits if you're starving. It's a major food in Okinawa because the people didn't want to starve to death. So they started to eat sweet potatoes. I've heard of books in the oven, Marianne saying to Joodles. But I used to keep books in the refrigerator. Oh my word, Marianne, why? What is a plum pudding? What is the ingredients in a plum pudding? Does anybody know what that is? A plum pudding. I'm gonna have to look what a plum pudding looks like. I don't think I've ever eaten a plum pudding. Plum pudding. It's a dish. Oh, I see what it looks like. Oh my God, it's a rich. What does rich mean? I never knew what that meant, rich. Does it mean it's really fatty? Traditionally served as the accumulation of Christmas dinner in Britain and often referred to as a Christmas pudding. The plum in the name for raisins and other dried fruit. Oh, I see. So it's not like what I would think a plum pudding is, with slices of plums cooked and then maybe having a pastry covering. I had a friend get incredibly severe allergic reactions from a Turkish delight. Turns out they were 3 years old when he had them. 3 years old, possibly, or maybe you can get allergic to it because Turkish delights, a lot of them have a lot of nuts in them. Maybe. I always keep Fahrenheit 451 in the fridge. as a precaution. I know that book. That's a great, great, great book, Alan. I saw the movie. It was made here in America, in Britain, here in America. It was a great book. Jules is laughing at you, as laughing at what you said, not you. She laughs at me, but she does not laugh at anybody else. That's where people cook the books, in the oven, or maybe in the refrigerator. So that's the plum pudding. So I've got a picture of what a plum pudding looks like. Images. Look at it. It looks like a lump of raisins and nuts. I mean, I've eaten cakes like that, and it's taken a while for me to get used to it. You can buy a small one from Waitrose, a big one for $10.99. What's the most expensive plum pudding? Matthew Walker Luxury, 21 pounds a kilo. Let's see what there is. Oh, this is the recipe. Let's see what the recipe is. Easy recipe. We're going to look and see what the recipe is. Prince Andrew loves pudding. Yes, pudding is... Russ, you steam it and serve it hot. Yes, I guess that's what you do, possibly. And you put jam on it. Not jam. You put cream or sour cream or whatever you'd put on it. Plum pudding is a sort of like a round, moist version of a fruit cake. I would pour bird's custard over it. Yum. Oh my God, I used to love eating that. Takes 44 hours to cook it, not including the aging, plus 40 minutes prep time. It's vegetarian if you don't make it with suet. It's got 319 calories per serving. Is that 100 grams? Raisins, currants, golden raisins, prunes, which are plums, dried apricots, golden delicious apples, orange juice, brandy, unsalted butter, brown sugar, how could you not like this? Orange zest, eggs, flour, breadcrumbs, baking powder. Why do you need breadcrumbs for a baking powder? Mixed spice. I have very little spice here. This spice has been left over. I haven't used any spice on anything. If Lewis read that whole Prince Andrew joke, would they consider it treason and deport him back to Delaware? You, Janice, thank you for saying that. The answer is you don't know. You live in a police state. You don't know. You only have fear. You only have fear. That's what we have. It's 28 degrees in here. He's going to gate crash the GB News party tomorrow night. I haven't been invited. That's a bit sad. Okay, it's a bit sad, but I'm moving on. Really good things are going to happen. You've made these things happen, people. You've made it happen for me. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe someone's gonna hear about this, and we're gonna get and maybe I'll put a little bit more effort into it maybe I'll be more confident in my hosting skills. I don't know where it is, you Janice. Who knows if there's a party? I don't even know. Breadcrumbs help bind it together. Okay, I would just maybe none of us are invited because you're team Schaffer. I'm sorry about that. If you want to say you're against me just to get invited to the party, to do anything, if you want to, please don't feel you don't need to be anyway. But thank you very much, Mr. Cuff. My husband refuses to eat fruitcake, plum pudding, mince pies, or Stalin. Well, how could he? First of all, Stalin. I have said this before many times. You know this about me. I love Stalin. It is unbelievable. I love it. So, I mean, I can understand no plum pudding and mince pies has taken me a bit to get used to, but because they've got sugar, I am way more flexible. Were any of you invited to the party? Out of order, no invite, considering you're part of GB News this year. Poor form. No, they thought I turned on them or something, so I can understand this. Or maybe I'll get a call from somebody. I mean, maybe they'll think I'll be acting in an awkward way. I'm not going to act in an awkward way, but maybe they'll think that. They have a right to, everything is fine. You love Stalin, says no, Stalin. Stalin. I guess it's pronounced the same way. I guess it's pronounced the same way. Um, it's probably at Patrick Christie's house. He's lovely too. I like them all. They're all right. Um, Digi-eyed protest too much. I may have protested. I didn't protest being kicked off. It was just like it was so shocking to me. And remember, I've been going through a very hard time. I don't know whether you see it. I've been a bit have I been depressed? I don't want to say that I'm depressed because I don't believe in depression. I'm like Andrew Tate. I don't believe in depression. I don't believe in it. But I don't think I've been doing my absolute I don't think I've been um I don't think I've been my best lately. But I think we're coming out of it. I go through good periods and bad periods, and that's the whole idea, right? Good periods and bad periods. Some of us here are having bad periods and we don't even know who it is. But, you know, let's get this thing back down. This thing 51. We're behind 3 minutes on the feed. I'm writing a strongly worded letter, Cuffy, says Judels. Yeah, you could do that. You could write a letter. What about Lewis Schaffer? He loves you guys so much. Please don't be like Tate, says Noam. You have odd opinions, but don't drop to his level. I think he's a working class guy, or maybe he's not. His mother's working class. He grew up in Luton. I think that automatically makes you working class. Send it to Points of View and sign at Mary Whitehouse, Judels, says Mr. Cuff. I even understand that. Hang on a minute, Russ says. On the GB News advert, they said that the viewers are all part of the GB family. If that's the case, why are we not invited to their party? Very tasty. I can taste the fat. It needs beef fat though. It's for vegetarians. Can't be for vegetarians. It's got 4% beef. Reading that word origin, a poison dwarf, is the German word Giftswerk. Giftswerk, says Lucy. And that is what the Germans called shorter Scottish soldiers stationed in Germany in the 1960s due to their unruly behavior. Well, I guess the Germans are taller. They were tall people. We're getting taller in this country, I hope. You'll get through it, Lewis. You just fell into a bad crowd, Josh. I shook his hand. I shook his hand the other day. Everything is temporary. That's true. That's true. I'm with you. Let's work it out. Things are going to be worked out. They're going to be worked out. This 230 of these shows. That's so much shows. So much shows. It's so much hard data on Lewis Schaffer that maybe someday my kids will go through this and they'll just be able to listen to me. They'll be able to listen to their father, even if all the paper is destroyed. There may be a hard copy of this somewhere if they don't destroy the internet. Lewis, the next time you see them, tell them I said they can stick. I will tell them, Russ. I could always delete it, but the tweet was a long time ago. Maybe I could delete the tweet. And what, call them says I've deleted the tweet? I think it's a bit too late. It's a bit too late. You know what? I'll delete the tweet. I will delete the tweet. I'll try to remember to delete the tweet. When is your next job? I don't know. My next job is the 10th. I might have one in December. Or late February. doing a film. We're going through a phase where Dubes pretends to have no idea who I am, and we'll call the police. A phase. You're not the only one. Um, I think the Germans should be the last to comment on anyone's unruly behavior, Mr. Cuff. Yeah, that's true. I think the Germans got a bit out of hand. They got really out of hand. His name was James something. He was calling Israel. I'm not going to say what the reason is. I shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have said anything. I believe in fat shame. We should all be fat. If we're fat, you should fat shame me. I've gained a kilo, and I feel fat. Just the smallest amount can make you feel fat. I don't know what the guy's name is. Do you guys remember what the guy's name is? Does Lucy or Judith remember? My heart's broke for you, Alan. Shameful. What the? Oh, because Dubes is not interested in Alan Williams. Sad. It's really sad. She's married. She's lovely. She's lovely. Tell them you have their stupid part. Tell them, Russ says, to have their stupid party in the stupid caravan nobody wants in their stupid competition. Well, if you want a caravan, I mean, how much is a caravan worth? It's worth tens of thousands of pounds. You can always sell it, right? You don't have to use it. You could always sell it. Anyway, listen, this has been great. 90 minutes. We've had a good time. Can I thank you guys for coming in? You've been amazing. I haven't been that screaming, which is what I like to do, but I've been calm-ish. And you guys have been great. And I'm going to say thank you to Russ and to Mr. Cuff and to Joodles and Cellaire and you, Janice, who's been a huge supporter of mine. So I want to thank you doubly. And Kerry B, before I forget, huge supporter of Lewis Schaffer. I want to thank Alan Williams for the jokes and Gnome Hunter, brilliant, and Ron Smith and Shanks, who's been a big supporter of Lewis Schaffer. I want to thank you all for going to Twitter. I want to go to Kermit's not here, I don't think, but go to Discord if you can, or ask someone to put the Discord link in here, or maybe I'll do that. Okay. Let's see what else. Just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for liking the stream, which is very important to me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for going to Ko-fi, Kofi. Thank you for go.com/Lewis Schaffer. The point I was making, Lewis, is these players are. Oh, you're talking about. I've gone back in time. I support football players making as much money as they can. Make as much money. When it becomes too expensive, we won't go there. We won't go to the game. We won't go to the matches. And then something else will come. I just saw a TV thing about not Formula One, the American version of Formula One. What is it called? Not drag racing. What is it? I forget what it's called. Anyway, they're going broke because the young people aren't watching it. The average age of people who are watching it are like 60 years old. I mean, they're trying to get it younger, but see if that works. This show is much better than last night's shit show. When we were talking about poo, is that what it is, Lucy? I mean, unfortunately, some of the stories that we have are not as good as other stories, but we've got to have the stories to mix NASCAR. Thank you, no, NASCAR. Saying it's lost half the audience because basically, I guess people thought it was a white racist thing. It was all about Southerners and Confederate flags and where the money was going to. That was the most interesting thing. The racetracks got most of the money and not the racers. You know, you take a look at football. Football players make most of the money, and the actual clubs are barely breaking even. Is that true? Judith would know about that. Links below the video. Yes, Shanks. Links below the video. If you want to speak to me, you could contact me on Discord or go to Twitter at Lewis Schaffer. One word, at Lewis Schaffer. It's right here. Just go to Twitter. I think we'll have an Anton Dexkar scandal soon with GB News competition. All Ben Leo's cousins win, Celaire says. Ben Leo seems like an upstanding guy. The two of them, him and Patrick Christie, they're just young British men. Handsome young British men. So I'm going to say goodbye to you people. I'm going to say that I love you. Did I say that I love you? I love you, Mr. Cuff. I love you, Gnome. I love you, Russ, 1974. I love you. I just love you. I love you, Lucy and Joodles and Carrie B. I love you. So I'm saying goodbye. What time will I see you tomorrow? At 5 o'clock. And if I haven't mentioned your name, if you'd like me to mention your name, just say, hey, I'm going to mention your name. And if you make sure, you can do me that one favor, is go to the like thing. I would appreciate that. So we'll see you at 5 o'clock tomorrow.